So when I've asked people, who do you think is the NHL's craziest fan base? Yes, there's been some, New York Islanders fans sprinkled in there. The Canucks fans, they're the craziest. Oiler fans, that kind of gets sprinkled around. Everybody's got their own opinion. But the two that come back the most frequently, Habs fans and Leaf fans. And also Flyers fans. I've heard that one a ton. That one comes in pretty close as well. But I gotta say, one of the things I really don't like in sports culture is that one or two or even a few fans will do something and then people will attribute that to the entire fan base. So if one Leaf fan is whining or something, Leaf fans are whiners, they're all whiners. Like, it's just this big generalization just off of a few people. And sometimes the accusations are a lot more serious than just, being whiners. But it got me thinking, why do so many people across both countries, the Canada and the US, dislike Leaf fans or Habs fans? It just, to me, on the surface, you gotta admit, it makes very little sense. Like, people in Vancouver or in Winnipeg, lots of people down there have hatred for the Leafs or disdain for that franchise. And a lot of Habs fans will come into your building and start singing, ole, 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 and they'll start brawling each other in the stands. But again, that's my point. I haven't seen any of this stuff with my own eyes, but I talk to a lot of people who say, that's just what Habs fans do. And a lot of the arguments that people give for this, I think are true. Yeah, Toronto is the center of Sportsnet and TSN. Like, they're on it all the time. And I mean, they kind of take the spotlight away from a lot of other Canadian teams. And look, these two fan bases have been around for so long. They're both original six, so obviously they're going to have more fans than a lot of other fan bases, and those fans are going to invade a lot of arenas. And more people equals more craziness. But I just find it crazy that in sports culture, little Timmy, who just started being a Leaf fan or a Habs fan a couple of years ago, is getting called whiner, delusional, obnoxious, all this stuff, right? And it's like, what? He just started liking a team that he was watching. And look, I get it. It's sports culture, and people aren't just going to stop being like, you know what? Not all Leaf fans are like that. I'm not going to say that anymore. That's not going to happen. I'm not trying to get people to stop doing that. It's part of the culture. It's part of the fun for a lot of people is having that banter, that fun, like, my team's better than yours, you guys are all like this, no cups in 67 or whatever, or for the Oilers, it's they're living in the 80s, like, that type of stuff is not going to go away in the NHL fan circles. I just kind of wanted to talk about how wild it is that we do that in the first place. Like, isn't that kind of nuts? It's pretty trippy, and it's what makes hockey fans so passionate. But of course, now I gotta ask the question to you guys. Who do you think is the craziest fan base, and why? Ask yourself, why do I think they're the craziest fan base? In the comments down below, I want to hear it. Let's see what kind of responses you guys come up with. I'm sure it's going to be gold. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.